I have not found a more affordable card than the Centurion.
You're going to piss off a lot of people by saying that. Centurion card also enables you to get a set of platinum charge cards with it.
So every Centurion goes and gives you 3 fundamental Centurion cards, and with that you get 5 platinum cards. I just need something to go ahead and control where I can start and finish something that I have control of. So I build Lego, I build AI models, and I control points. Very simple thing. If I do this, this is what I will get.
Have you built an agent yet for your points and miles?
3. On an annual basis, I get a sweet night at Taj anywhere in the world as part of my birthday gift.
I am already looking at the Buckingham Palace.
So it's free, by the way. Second, any Oberoi in India, another sweet night.
Brilliant.
आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग ये 3 हफ्ते बाद मेरे को आदिल कॉल करेगा कि मेरे को सेंचुरियन लेना चाहिए क्या?
देखो, अपने को एक बंदे ने बोला है, ठीक है, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बंदा है. बंदे ने बोला है कि रेफर करो तो मिल जाएगा.
Lights flashing bright, we're on the go. Tune in now, there's so much to know. Earning bits, travel dreams we sow. All aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. 0 to hero in the blink of an eye. Fly first class, no need to be shy. Redemption sweet, touching the sky. Award seats booked, let's give it a try. Award seats booked, let the points flow. It's all aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. Unlocking journeys wherever you go. The sky's the limit, feel the travel mojo.
Hello and welcome to the Great Indian Points and Miles Show. This is your host Adil Bandukwala. We're in Delhi today. It's a bright sunny day. There's a lot of heat, but we're hoping we bring you a lot of heat with this episode because we're super excited. We've got a guest who was the star of one of our events that we recently did called the Points Syndicate. The Points Syndicate was our experiment where we said, how about flying in 20 Indians all the way to Bangkok to nerd out over points and miles? And we promised the 20 Indians who'd come along, we will introduce them to someone who is an Amex Centurion card holder. And then he's held that card for the last 7 years now. The fees of the card, hang on, this is a good hook for those of you who understand how Instagram works. The fees of that card is close to 13 lakh rupees a year on the first year. That's an expensive card. Now, for someone who's had the card, who's retained the card, and who's been using that card for 7 years in a row, the question is, why? How does it make sense? That's the answer we're going to unpack. But also, before all of that, he's a cards enthusiast. He's got the IndusInd Pioneer Heritage Medal. That man who's laughing right there, uspe zoom karo, usko batao. That was the guy who told him to get it. I don't know why, but we'll unpack that reason as well. He's got the Infinia, he's got a lot of the cards that you and I have, but he's got the Centurion. The story of Akshat is fascinating. He turned entrepreneur at the age 20 while he was still in college in Manipal, built a legendary business. He's bought and sold multiple companies over the year, now runs Nodwin Gaming, which is a phenomenal gaming company, and is a very, very cool guy at the bottom of it all. And today he's with us and he's hosting us at Nodwin Gaming to chat with him on all things points and miles. Akshat, thank you for hosting us. Phenomenal stuff at the Points Syndicate Bangkok. Thank you for all your help. Very excited to have you.
Oh, it was so much fun to go ahead and do this. You know, this nerding out with fellow geeks on what we all love is nice. With him, I bond on the entire frameworks, which is there. I was like, maths होना चाहिए यार इसके पीछे. अगर maths नहीं है तो कुछ fun नहीं है. मतलब अगर 2 Excel sheet और 15 pivot tables नहीं लगाए तो मतलब तो थोड़ा मजा नहीं आएगा. But also the fact that we had such a wonderful dinner and a phenomenal drink session that we were there. And just talking about what we all care about. And we all cared about different things in life, right? I think some people earn it for earning it itself, you know, up in the air, getting to a certain mile status, which is there. The objective is the miles itself.
You're pretty close to up in the air right now. Right? If the goal was 10 million miles, but here's the fun part. The fun part was, his character wasn't Daniel Ocean. His character is Daniel Ocean in a different movie. But in this, I don't remember what his name was, but the pilot comes in and gives him the card of 10 million miles. But his mantra was never spend, just collect. But you're a guy who has earned and burned like crazy. But even after burning, you're still close to that number. How does it feel?
Look, I think it's a very philosophical answer. I will go ahead and go. Once you're an entrepreneur and when you go ahead and build great companies, the sadomasochistic nature of going and creating companies is you like pain and suffering. Every founder loves pain and suffering. If you don't give that person pain and suffering, which is the founder, they cause pain and suffering. You should ask my teams, which is that I have nothing to do. Acha, ye yahan ganda kyun hai? Ye light kyun kharab hai? It's like, So everyone wants something to solve. And what my solve in this was, as the companies grows and you have great people running the company, you lose the sense of control. And that's why a lot of people flip companies to go ahead and say, I want to go back to 0 to hero again, 0 to 1, which is there. And I was like, no, I just need something to go ahead and control where I can start and finish something that I have control of. Yeah. So I build Lego. Yeah. I build AI models. Yeah. And I control points. Right? It's a very simple thing. If I do this, this is what I will get.
So speaking of that, have you built an agent yet for your points and miles?
3.
So very interestingly, Adil, I don't know, like a lot of people won't know this, right? So Akshat ka speciality is, like when you talk to Akshat, right? He has these 2 personas. One persona is a CEO persona, right? Like he will jump into frameworks and, building agents, building companies. He will flip to being a points nerd in 10 seconds. Like, ये redemption इधर करना है, ये merit करना है, तुम बताओ कहाँ जाओ, ये इतने points है. So one of the things that fascinated me, Lord Nod, I think that is his handle on Discord, and I was just trying to understand who Lord Nod is, because one of my free weekend pastime is that I keep seeing Discord pe kaun hai, like who are the guys on our channel, etc. And I just ran across him, right? So I pinged him one day, ki aap kya karte ho, right? And then I asked him, and then I came to know he has a Centurion card. He's like anything, like you won't even, sitting in a place, you won't even understand ki bhai, he's built a company and he's an entrepreneur, and like crazy stuff.
But that's what we all like something in control in life, right? All control freaks, which are there. You like food, he likes frameworks.
I also like Bangkok.
मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, you can get धीमंत out of Bangkok, but you cannot get Bangkok out of धीमंत.
Who are you speaking to? You should talk about it. Like he has an office in Bangkok, bro.
देखो, अभी मैं उस brand का नाम नहीं लेने वाला हूँ, जहाँ से मैं और आप आ रहे हैं. So Akshat, we went to a place for some reason. We are walking out. This gentleman points to a very interesting brand. So I'm going to say the brand, and then Nikhil, who's our editor, I want you to beep it out. You cannot reveal this. Victoria. So ये है हमारे Bangkok का प्राणी. But we will beep that out. Okay, all right.
The Bangkok is, if you've not been to Bangkok, which is there, the first time I'll re-say this, which is there. The first time you want to go to Bangkok, everyone pulls your leg. The second time you go to Bangkok, everyone pulls your leg. The 50th time he goes to Bangkok, people still pull his leg.
People still pull their legs.
Yeah. So I'm not alone. Tashi is with me. His wife is with me on this, by the way.
Right? And everyone is like, hey, hot girls, you can get weed, you can go ahead and everything is legal in that country, right? So it's not a problem. It's what the person. I'll tell you what is great about Bangkok, and which I have not seen. Of any city in the world, the amount of Michelin star restaurants you will go ahead and find in Bangkok are nowhere going to be. I love the food in Bangkok. Whether it's the street food at Tepasimaya that you can want to go ahead and do, or where we went to Le Dukan and they went and built such full Michelin star restaurants. Like the range is phenomenal. The food is so wow. Matlab, I go for the food and the incessant massages. My entire thing is खाना खाना चाहिए, मसाज करानी चाहिए, खाना खाना चाहिए, मसाज करानी चाहिए, खाना खाना चाहिए, मसाज करानी चाहिए, फिर देखा जाएगा क्या.
लेकिन ये प्राणी है, ये मेरे को हर बार बोलता है, जैसे ही बैंकॉक में लैंड हुआ, आपके रिकमेंडेशन दे दो, कौन सा कहाँ पार्टी करना है, कहाँ खाना खाना है. ये
पहली बार बैंकॉक गया हूँ आपके साथ. I've never been to Bangkok
and with your wife, please clarify that.
Yeah. And then Pop came the recommendations. You don't have to ask, "Arey, yahan jao, yahan jao, yahan jao, yahan." Bola, "Acha bhai, ek hi shaam hai." Apan optimize karenge. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, you already know Dhimant. Dhimant is our Adarniya Dhimant Ji, like we call him. He's co-founder on the Points and Miles show. He's starting a very exciting chapter in life. We're not ready to announce it yet, but a few of you who are close to the man already know by now. And his exciting new chapter is going to be in Gurgaon, and I'm saying this because by the time we release this pod, he'll already be here. So earlier we used to meet a lot of you only in Bangalore because both of us in Bangalore. The exciting thing is Dhimant is moving full time to Gurgaon, and there's a very strategic reason behind it. Congratulations, Dhimant! Fantastic opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Very, very happy for you.
Thank you so much. I was here from 2006 to 2008. A lot of people who don't know, I studied here, and feels a second home. So coming back.
Is the reason also because there's a direct flight to Bangkok from here?
Yeah, absolutely. because more flights, and also Delhi has great connectivity for Air India.
Yes. You actually have live flight blends from here, just saying.
Cool. So with that, we'll get the pod started today. So the goal is to get to know Akshat's story a little bit. So like I already told you in the intro, the Akshat's lineup of cards. He's got a lot of cards. But let's attack the elephant in the room. Why the Centurion? What's the story? How did you get it? When did you get it? What are the benefits? Why do you have it?
I have not found a more affordable card than the Centurion.
All right.
You're going to piss off a lot of people by saying that.
No, but I'm sure there's logic to it.
Yeah,
because
logic.
we've heard...
I was giving you Instagram hook. You heard Instagram hook. I was giving you that.
Before going to Bangkok also, when we had lunch with him in Thailand, not in Thailand, yeah.
Close enough. एक बार जो थाईलैंड आता है उसका यही हालत होता है.
Thai food. What was it?
बाल फटता है.
Ban Pad Thai. So we took Akshat out to Ban Pad Thai in Bangalore, and we had great Thai food there. That's when we heard the story and we got to know everything, and then we heard lots of more cool stuff at the Point Syndicate. So let's get started. I think that itself is a statement in itself, right? Saying that it's the most affordable card. Let's dig deep.
So one of my really cool mentors in life had a very startup, bootstrap. Paisa bachana chahiye, EBITDA is the most important thing to go ahead and do. You can't be dependent on other people, valuations, etc. all come out of revenue and this. We build companies and then people value it, and then you get investors. And for me, my time was the most worthless time.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm schmuck, no? I'm stomach lint. I have to do everything. I'm chief everything officer. Company bhi banani hai, podcast bhi host karna hai, camera bhi banana hai, editor bhi banna hai. And as time kept on changing, and the companies kept on doing better, I kept on trying to take economy.
Yeah.
And because I used to take economy, and age is a thing, we all get tired over time.
You're talking as if you're 52. You're just 39, right?
I'm 47, by the way.
Seriously?
I'm 47.
Wow, I thought you were still like early. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Okay.
So this was at about the age of 30.
Okay.
And then the question was, how do you go and kill yourself sustainably?
Okay.
And the answer was take business class flights. But I can't afford business class flights.
Correct.
Okay. Why can't you afford business class flights? Paise nahi hai. Okay. But paise chahiye because my time is more important than is there. So then you finally go ahead and have this aha moment saying, what does one business class flight get you? Mm-hmm. And the answer is, it has an expense, it has some direct benefits, but it doesn't have what I call the two-tiered and the double dip and the triple dip. And I talked to you last time, which I talked about. And this is my mantra.
Yeah.
The Points and Miles ecosystem seems a discounting method to start with.
Yeah.
Because you save money for things.
Correct.
It's the other way around. You save time.
Okay. Fair.
Right? So what happens is, but you save time only if you triple dip. Mm-hmm. On a single dip, you will lose to the house, which is the credit card companies.
Yeah.
They've created a system that will make you lose.
Right.
The double dip is the card company and the airline as such, right? So you take the card company and you take the airline and you go ahead and have double dipping on the same thing.
Right.
The triple dipping is you take the card company, you take the hotel chain, Bonvoy. So you have a Bonvoy Marriott card that gets you spend on Bonvoy, which gets you free room nights, the 15,000 which is there. You get Bonvoy status automatically loading to Ambassador, which is there. But here's the last bit that you actually go ahead and do. When you are actually at that event, at that location, you go ahead and spend more on things that are on separate items. So now it's a very important thing to go ahead and say. So when you spend on the Bonvoy card, when you spend on a hotel, the Sheraton, it's for 20,000 rupees. Typically, it'll be 15,000 rupees on Bonvoy and 5,000 rupees not on Bonvoy because there'll be taxes, etc. And those 5,000 rupees do not count towards your status. They do not count to your spends. So where you should? I spend on 2 points. I spend on 2 cards. I spend taxes on one, and I go ahead and spend mileage on one.
Got it.
Right? There'll be 2 cards which is there. Yeah, so you swipe twice. It takes 10 seconds more to go ahead and do this which is there. So, and I pre-book which is there. So now there are cards that give you benefits for going and paying taxes, and there is cards that will go ahead and give you miles and points. And then you link them together. For example, my number of times I've used status match to go ahead and keep on rotating everything is which is there, right? So if you are not triple spending, and triple spending is very difficult to go ahead and get done, that's the time that you suddenly start saying, for 1 business class flight of mine, for every 3 business class flights of mine, I can generate 2 economy class flights for my company.
Got it. Understood.
Right.
And you found that the Centurion card was a good weapon for you to enable this chain or this start or this entire journey, is it? Like how?
So the MR points was the answer.
Okay, got it. Oh, MR is the reason which, okay, got it.
But MR is not worth it if you're going to go ahead and spend 5 lakh rupees. By the way, if you are not spending about 1 crore on your Centurion a year, don't do it.
Got it. Understood.
Right? Now I'm sounding like the 1% of the 1% talking to everyone to go ahead and say, यार मतलब यहाँ पे के लिए, लेकिन मेरा वो कंपनी के लिए एक्सपेंस कार्ड है, वो मेरा कार्ड नहीं है, वो I earn that card because I'm the founder of Nodwin Gaming and I am going and spending that much money to go ahead and do this. It's also one of the cards that allows you to go and plan your expenses better, which is there, right? The uncapped limits, that is there. Whether you've done shows where you bought a car with it, right? I've bought a car with it, which is there, right? I have gone to an event where we were going and we had to spend $150,000 because there was a problem at the last minute, which is there. You're sitting in America, there is a problem that you've had at one of your events, and you need to pay $150,000. Tell me how you will solve this problem if you don't have an Amex Centurion.
Got it. So instead of straight away paying from your bank account of the company, you straight away.
Well, a bank account sits in India.
It's also painful, right? Like, for example, you have to get a PO issued, they have to send you a quote, and then you'll ask for an invoice. It's a pain in the ass. You swipe your card, get the invoice, you're done.
And it's an emergency card.
Yeah.
So remember, we are in the gaming and events space, right? There are tournaments happening, which is there. And typically events would happen on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And which would mean on Friday, if you're having an event start in America, the India side is closed now till Monday. Yeah. How will you go ahead and transfer money? Fair. Right? NEFT won't work, RTGS won't work, SWIFT won't work. You can't go ahead and get that money. So short of me carrying briefcases and security guards and $150,000.
1980s का smuggler जो carry करता था वैसा वो bag.
Like हाँ ठीक है security. No, that's the card you use to go ahead and make my life less miserable.
Absolutely. So, Akshat, I have 2 follow-up questions, and this is something very interesting. We spoke at Banfar Thyver in Bangalore, right? I want to talk about it a little bit more for our audience, right? 2 parts. One, I don't think a lot of people understand that Centurion card also enables you to get a set of platinum charge cards with it. If you can just talk about it, what's the process?
So every Centurion goes and gives you 2 Centurion cards. And it gets you 1 backup Centurion card, which is a card that you use in case you lose your primary card. So they will get 3 fundamental Centurion cards. The first one and the third one have to be in the same person's name. Okay. So that's a primary and a backup of the same person as such. And with that, you get 5 platinum cards.
Platinum charge. And these are individual.
Not charge. Yeah, platinum charge.
Platinum charge, but these are not individual 5 cards.
These are individual 5 cards that are issued in the same cost of the annual renewal of the main card. Okay. So you have fundamentally 3 Centurions and 5 plats.
This is all part of that annual fee.
Annual fee.
Okay, and these plat charge are for your company, for your family.
Whoever I want.
कोई भी किसी को भी दे सकते हो.
I can nominate whoever I want.
These are add-ons or these are actual individual cards?
These are individual cards locked in to the main Centurion
So
card.
it's an add-on, like kind of add-on.
It's like an add-on card, but issued on personal PAN numbers.
Okay, got it. Understood.
Right? I'm the securator and the guarantor of the main card.
But the bill comes in your statement of all these cards.
Yes, but they're separate line items.
And interestingly, also the MR.
Yes.
The second thing which I was quite intrigued by was you spoke something about at the event about how you can separate your expenses. If you can just talk a little bit about
So
that.
remember I said the main Centurion had 3 cards that you can go ahead and shoot, the primary one, the backup one for yourself, and the add-on which is there. So my main Centurion is in my personal name. My backup Centurion is an account card. And some of you might have seen that you can go ahead and have account cards. So it literally says Akshat Rathee account. That is linked directly to my company expense card. So whenever I spend on the first one, I go ahead and earn MR points, etc. that are mine. And when I spend on the second one, I also earn it. But because there is a separate statement, a separate contiguous statement with a separate bill, all charges that come as part of this with a GST number that you can attach to your company, which is there. So that account card is my company expense card. It also becomes very easy when you go and file your income tax returns because the amount of money that is spent on my account card is a reimbursement that goes directly from the company to American Express. It doesn't come to me, which is there. So it makes it very simple. Yes, this is an expense that this person has done on behalf of the company. It's just the same way any other employee would go ahead and take a reimbursement of a coffee that you would go on a business trip. This is an auto charge one, but it doesn't come on my thing. So when the income tax department or when the company goes and checks, the main card is very easy. This is your expenses. And I better go ahead and justify it with my IT returns. And the second one is all that goes in the name of the company.
Got it. And interestingly, something we haven't spoken about at all, and it's not shocking because you're talking about a Centurion, we haven't spoken about the reward rate at all. Like, is there like a same reward rate as a platinum charge?
No, it's better. Oh. So you get 6 on 200, 6 points on 200, which is
3%.
There, which is 3% effective. But the number of times that you would have a 10x or a 20x is not funny. That's the double lip, right?
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Air India 10x.
Yeah.
So
30%.
30%.
Yeah.
Right.
30% and अगर आप Marriott में convert करते हो तो like if you value it at 60%, it's still a cool 24%. Like 20-24%, right? के बीच में मतलब depend करता है.
24% क्यों?
60 पैसे तो 18-20%. अरे हाँ मतलब I'm talking about the people.
Worst case, so I always do ranges, right?
Yeah.
The worst case range, the really bad is 25 paise.
Yeah, fair.
Which is the worst case, right? Mother, you convert it to charge on the card itself, which is there.
Correct.
So at 25, that's your, which is there.
Sure.
Your aspiration is 1.
Correct.
Which is there. I have, if on Marriott at Maldives, Mauritius, etc., you can get 1.8.
आराम से.
Yeah, 25% also is crazy, no?
Yeah,
like, 30% earn, you're talking about like insane 6% kind of
7.5
cash back.
Yeah.
It's a 7.5%
Cash back. Yeah. 7.5% cash back.
No, okay, so let's talk about this. So, what is the fees of the card again on the first year?
So it varies. So the joining fees when I took it was 13 lakhs.
Including GST and everything.
Including everything.
Including everything is 13 lakhs. Cool. Now the renewal
But it has
fees
changed. It has changed,
Okay.
and I don't know what it is right now.
Okay. What was the renewal fee you were charged last year? Do you remember?
I think they have an NDA, but
Okay.
Let's just say
Ballpark similar?
no, it's
Lesser.
about 30% cheaper.
30%
It's cheaper.
All right. So now let's talk about a day in the life.
And
of
then the reason why they do this, and this is not just random, which is there. I think Centurion is an earned card.
Correct. Yeah.
So what they do is, like for example, no one gets a Centurion. A lot of people not know this, but very quickly, you don't get a Centurion. You get invited to be a Centurion. Right. You get invited to be a Centurion by an existing Centurion, or when you have tenure on, and you have to have tenure on flat.
But you also spoke about something very interesting, that they look at your quality of spend as well. And you want to just double dive on that just because you have a flat charge for 5 years and you spend 30 lakhs, that doesn't mean you're going to get invited. What is, just speak about it as well.
So please. I think what you need to be spending on, they need to see who you are, right? And remember, American Express is a nice company, but they're also a company. They need to go ahead and earn money. And they eventually need to go ahead and call people here that they can either show off This is a Centurion member, there's a founder, there is a whatever which is there. Or a person that they know will go ahead and increase their spends on things which are called the finer things in life. Whether it is dining, whether it is flights, whether it is excursions, whether it is lifestyle that they're going to be spending on. And I'm not a ostentatious person that I'm spending on there, but I do take 200 flights a year. Right? And on 200 flights, about 112 of them are international flights, which is business class. So automatically that starts moving where you're spending. Why? Because American Express earns a lot of money on American Express travel. Amex Travel is the cash cow for their business. Right? They can go ahead and sell you these nice flights, they can sell you, and they'll obviously do great deals for you to go ahead and make it work. But that's their business, and understanding the people you are in business with. And you know, we were talking, I'm a fan of what you guys keep on saying, and I love this. So we're looking at this great devaluation that happened this year, right? But the great devaluation was a guaranteed outcome, if you think about it, on the profligacy that was there, where everyone was getting lounge access. When everyone gets everything, the floor rises. When the floor rises, you have to have a culling. When the culling happens, they're like, boss, aap itna paisa kharch karo. Because eventually, none of the company, the house, whether it is a gambling house or whether it is a banking house, doesn't like losing money. They're not here to give you money, right? Our job is to figure out how they can feel good about giving this thing to us, and we can feel good about taking what they need. So it has to be a win-win. And by the way, this was becoming a win-lose.
Correct.
They were just going and saying, we are acquiring customers who don't value us.
So I'll tell you one more interesting thing what you just said, right? I was just talking to a friend recently. Like, you know that quote, right? कि मुझे नहीं पता कि World War III कैसे लड़ी जाएगी, but World War IV will be with sticks and stones. वैसे ही few years back or 1 year back, everybody is talking about Accor Gold. अब सब लोग बात करें Accor Platinum की. इसके बाद सब लोग Accor Diamond की बात नहीं करेंगे. इसके बाद फिर से लोग Accor Gold की बात करेंगे. That is the guaranteed outcome. Because when you make everything too easy to achieve, you're going to go back down, not go up, right? So the level playing field with level itself, you don't need to really do anything about it.
All of us who did a little bit of economics, this is literally the relative value of money and resources keeps on changing, right? You keep on raising this, the new platinum is silver.
Yeah, but I also agree with Adil's philosophy. Me and Adil will keep chatting about Adil का और मेरा फंडा सिंपल है. Devaluation होगा देखा जाएगा. जब तक चल रहा है, let's maximize it. Yes. मेरे को मिल रहा है Accor Platinum तो मैं enjoy करूँगा. Adil got a chance to become an Accor Diamond this year. He grabbed it with both hands because उसको नहीं पता वापस कर पाएगा नहीं कर पाएगा, right? So like, don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. Like I met somebody who said कि prophecy यार अपना तो US से भी खराब हो जाएगा reward rates 1%. बोला ऐसा नहीं होता. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately, right? So
there is always a perennial supply, an infinite supply of more people who will want to spend.
Yeah, agreed.
And till the time fiat works the way it works, debt-backed instruments, which is credit cards, are always the best thing to go ahead and do. You will not see this anywhere in the world where this will go away. Rates might change. Then redemptions will change. Everything is right.
One more reason why you have to get smarter than the others and get better at redeeming.
Finding diamonds in the rough, right? And they're there. I mean, if anything, हम बताएंगे ना आपको दिवाली हो गया और क्या करना है वो भी हम बताएंगे because that is what we love doing.
Absolutely.
So मेरे को अभी जो जैसे for example everyone was like devalue. And I'm a very hope guy. You know, you can't be entrepreneurs without hope. I was like, Air India का तो बहुत अच्छा हो गया.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And I was like, अगर Air India सबसे अच्छा है, इसके अंदर where earning is better and redemption is better, I will funnel 80% of my things into Air India because I travel Air India anyway. Right? तो मैंने कहा कि यार Infinia डाल दो, IndusInd जो मेरा हेरिटेज गोल्ड है उसको डाल दो.
मेरी फट रही थी लेकिन मैंने बोल दिया अक्षर बोला why are you carrying this card यार? I told him why are you carrying this card?
I'll tell you why. I made a mistake.
No, I don't. Okay, fair. That's a good answer.
Why did I make a mistake? Before this, I had the IndusInd Vistara card. Okay. It was the best card I had. Why? Because you used to go ahead and get coupons, upgrade vouchers, guaranteed business class, and I was anyway spending that entire money, which is there, right? And my philosophy on a card is take the card, spend what you can, put it on the side, use the next card.
The one which give you gold status for a year or something, right?
Gold status on a year. We used to go ahead and give you lounge access everywhere. Vistara point earning was better. If you spent 2, 3, 4 lakhs, whatever that number was, you were getting business class every 1.5 lakhs, and it had tier points.
Correct.
So you could go ahead and get tier points on that card.
So when you got a chance to upgrade, you moved it to the Pioneer Metal.
They closed the card.
Achha.
Because Vistara closed down. So they sent me a really nice mail saying like, "Dear Mr. Rathee, our relationship with Vistara is finished. This will not transition to Air India post 31st of March 2025. We encourage you to go ahead and look at some of our other products or we have to shut this relationship down." I was like, airline card है, airline में ही रखना है, आपके पास airline cards कौन से हैं? They're like, "We have the Qatar Airways and we have British Airways, Avios, आप किसी में भी ले लो." So I was like, Qatar, British Airways, Qatar. Because better, between both of those, Qatar is better. Correct. Right? So I said, अच्छा चलो Qatar Airways में ले लेते हैं. मैंने ले लिया उसके अंदर, 1 साल के लिए Qatar Airways के लिए किया. Silver status मिलता है, मेरे पास gold था. So I was like, यार.
British Airways one had gold.
Yes. So I said, I made a mistake, right? So I was like, अच्छा, तो इस कार्ड का फायदा क्या है? मेरे को कुछ वैल्यू नहीं मिल रही, कुछ ज़्यादा, मतलब very little on long-term value and the Middle East was having problems with Middle East. So I was like, ये कार्ड नहीं चलेगा. तो क्या लेना चाहिए? Call the relationship manager. He sat down saying, he said, "Sir, 3 करोड़ रुपए देते हो तो मैं आपको इसका IndusInd का Pioneer Plus दे दूंगा मैं आपको, उसके अंदर सब कुछ फ्री हो जाएगा आपका, लेकिन and the benefit on that is your international the charge forex charge which is there on conversion charges will be 0." ऐसे मुझे वो चाहिए लेकिन मैं 3 करोड़ नहीं दे रहा तेरे को. तो they're like, अच्छा सर आप हेरिटेज ले लो, हेरिटेज में भी 0 है. Queue to last night 8 p.m. literally, and so last night for everyone which is there was Friday. क्या डेट थी कल? Friday the 15th of May. And dear Mr. Rathee, we would like to inform you that there is now going to be a 1% surcharge on that. मैं रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर को फोन किया रात के 9 बजे. मैं कहा तुझे बोला था इस कार्ड को बंद कर.
रिवल ने पहले ही बोला था मेरे को.
I was like, अच्छा. He's like, sir आप कौन सा लेंगे?
मतलब कोई कार्ड नहीं चाहिए.
So my answer is, by the way, this is going to be a live thing. He doesn't know about it. What card should I change my card to?
I told you, take the IndusInd Avios again card. Now it's you now know how to use that card after Bangkok. You remember we spoke about it. So
IndusInd Avios.
That's the only good
That
card.
sounded very shady, by the way. You now know how to use it after Bangkok. So I don't want people to read into.
You know how to use it now after our discussion in Bangkok when we met at Point Syndicate and we discussed it. और कितना clarification दिया.
Cool. Let's come back to Amex, right? Let's talk about Centurions. You said, okay, you're paying 13 lakh rupees. You're getting the card. With the card, you get 3 Centurion cards. One's a card for yourself. One is a backup card in case you lose the card.
Which is my account card. Which is my account card.
Which is your account card. The second card, though, is a card that you can give your spouse or someone else in the family, right? So you get anyone. So one Centurion add-on is complimentary, one primary Centurion, one account Centurion. So that is your 3. Comes with 5 flat charge cards. So you can give that to whoever you want, so long as they have a legit PAN number. The bills will all come to you. The points will all come to you. This is great. Base earning of the card, 3%. Very good. Now, if you are into luxury shopping, there are 10x and 20x multipliers, which are fantastic. If you are into luxury cars like Mercedes and the fancy ones, not the base models, you don't get the 10x on the base models, you get only on the fancy ones, then they're great for cars. This is now, this is the brass tacks. This is what everyone's understood. But what we want to know is really like, you said you need to do the right things for Amex for them to value you. They're a travel company largely, so you need to send them, but there is a win-win in spending there. Like you're giving them travel, but you're getting something spectacular in return. Now the average viewer who's watching the pod is obviously going to say, why should I get a 3% when I can get a 14% on a Magnus Burgundy, right? But you have an amazing answer to that because of the experiences unlock at 20 airports in the world. Let's share that story and let's bring other stories of why you still keep going back to Amex for travel.
Yeah. So look, it's a give and take, right? You take an expensive card like this. There is a certain expectation of services, and some of these don't get devalued. For example, the access to golf, if you're a golf lover, at X number of locations in the world is automatically guaranteed on privilege. You just have to call them saying, I'm coming and playing golf. You don't take tee times, you don't book tee times, you don't go and do this. So, and I'm not a golfer. The game is still slow for me, but The golf club, on the other hand, is super interesting. Right? So you can actually go ahead and get access to the golf club. You'll take tea time, but you'll not play golf.
You go there to have the good food or
You
whatever.
go have the good food, you go sit at the lounge, you go ahead and do business meetings there because
You have access to that.
you have access to that. So the access becomes infinite. At Kala Ghoda, when you have that festival, or you are having the Delhi Theatre Festival or the India Art Festival, one day prior access to either dining or art or shows that no one else would go ahead and have access to. Right? And which you would normally pay 50,000 rupees for. Complimentary. Right? Because Amex would sponsor it as part of Amex Experiences. Amex Experiences would go ahead and do this. And there is a very nice app called Amex Experiences. Anyone can go ahead and check on it. It actually tells you what those facilities are that you can go ahead and get, right? And you're like, oh, interesting. I can go here. I can go enjoy this part. So for the family, it becomes a very good thing, right? So they're like, and they want to watch Nasruddin Shah still go ahead and perform at something phenomenal. That is the time you can go ahead and do it because Nasruddin Shah might be performing on the play from tomorrow, but you would go ahead and watch him as the first day, first preview. Now, is that worth something? I always count it to the equivalent of what, because framework model, which is there. So I keep on saying how many such facilities we use on an annual basis. We don't push it, but we see how much we go ahead and use on an annual basis. And the complementary value that you would go ahead and do is between 2 and 6 lakhs. Right? Where you would have shows, art, expos, etc. When you go internationally, go ahead and travel, you get access to the Centurion lounge in about 20 countries in the world. So America is the easiest. And America also had what we just talked about. There's a lot of American Express Platinum, which is there. So internationally, when you go ahead and travel, if you go to an Amex lounge, there is a QR code you need to go ahead and do, and they tell you, this is the waiting time, and we will message you when you're coming in inside. Very proud moment as an Indian. So please take it for that, which is there. A lot of Americans are waiting, and there walks this Indian brown man, and he goes and flashes his Centurion card, and I get to sit. And they're all waiting. I'm not saying that's a thing which is there. 10 years ago, this never used to happen. Right? And now we can actually go and
You have at least access to that.
yes, and the people who are sitting there, you don't wait. And eventually, to me, that is the modicum of time that is there. Time that becomes privilege. वो बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है.
You also spoke about that day, very interesting, about those 20 airports where you get luxury cab transfers, and something that a lot of people relate to, because I was doing a call recently and he was very interested, on one of the consultancy calls, and he was very interested in saying, is the Centurion right for me? Because I do have a lot of spends and they're on the categories that you told me, but I'm afraid that I can't get the value out of it. And that person only travels twice a year. So
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. But talk about it. Like, what are the things that you
for
unlock?
example, again, great experiences which is there. So what does the Centurion give you? You get a meet and greet at certain airports in the world, which you, if you're an Indian, you can also go ahead and see every time. So there's a person at the Aero Bridge holding a placard. They will put you on a buggy, and they will take you from the buggy to immigration. They will get you fast track immigration even if you're flying economy. They will go ahead and cross immigration, and there's a porter waiting for you to go ahead and take your luggage. And they take your luggage and then go out to the parking. At the parking, the pickup. At the pickup, there's a car waiting for you, which is typically a sedan, which is a global grade BMW, Mercedes-Benz, etc. sedan. They put the bag there. The driver already knows where you're going. And they take you up to 100 kilometers from that airport.
That is super powerful.
And this is
100
free.
kilometers.
And this is all free.
Included, yeah.
So long as you book with Amex.
As
That's
long
the
as-
only thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But remember, they're a travel company.
Correct. Yeah.
So
makes
as a
sense.
travel company, my answer to always them is, it's a very simple,
No,
price
wait.
match karo mere liye.
For
We
you-
have a price match.
That's what my important question was. They can't charge you 2 times the price because you are offering this service. They're still price
But
matching
typically,
you.
Amex always has great rates. They've never given
But
me a
they're
bad
also
rate.
price matching.
Yeah. So, but what we all good point nerds, right? Google Flights is your friend.
Yeah.
Literally, this is what I do. Google Flights, Delhi to Chicago. This is the price. This is the one I want to go ahead and do. This is first choice, second choice, third choice. This is the prices that are there. Please let me know which one which is there. They'll come back and saying, dear Mr. Rathee, of these 3, we have a deal with this one. Yeah. We can go ahead and give you a 10% discount here or 20% discount here. Worst case scenario, they'll go back saying, we can't go ahead and give you any discount. We will price match. And which is still fine because I get a $10,000, like I get a $200, $250 benefit straight there, right?
Yeah, like for example, if you land in Narita and you're going to downtown Tokyo, it's going to be at least $20,000 in a sedan, right? Because it's expensive. Similarly, if you're landing in Bay Area, San Francisco, and
Bangkok,
then you want to go to
Bangkok, Chicago, New York, London, great story. Charles de Gaulle is simultaneously the best and the worst airport in the world. Paris, which is there. Best because one of the best airline lounges I have ever I've seen in my life is the Air India lounge at Charles de Gaulle. If you've not traveled for that, just travel for the lounge. It is that good a lounge.
Very question. Like Star Alliance Gold ko milega?
Star Alliance Gold has complimentary access.
100%.
That's the only thing I can aim for immediately.
Star Alliance Gold has absolute access to it.
Awesome.
Their own lounge. Air India has its own lounge. Only Air India can come to it. Because it's Charles de Gaulle is a Flying Blue member, which is there. That's there. It's a Air France airport. But they have a really nice one. So others used the Air India. Other Star Alliance members use the Air India Star Alliance lounge. So if you're Anna, if you're anyone else, you all come there. Beautiful lounge. But it's an airport that is designed like this. It's long and it continues to be longer and longer, which is this. So if you land here and you have to be here, you're in trouble. Okay? I have landed here and my next connecting flight was here.
You had the buggy.
I had a French guy, and they, you know how they can be about English. They're a French guy who went, I landed, he said, you're late. Your flight has landed 30 minutes late. Your connection was 1.5 hours, and hence you have 1 hour to go from here to here. Typically, this is 2 hours. I have a car waiting for you. We will go out below the plane and we will transfer you
From the airport
from inside the airport to the next part of the airport, which is there. Right? Why? Because Amex has very high privileges at Charles de Gaulle.
Okay.
Right? So you choose the airports you want.
And in such a case, because you not only taken the flight, you also got a great experience, but also taken that flight, you probably paid for that extra 3-4 times that you paid Amex for whatever travel book karne ke liye, right? Because
A, save time. B, I'm not going and finding a hotel to stay the night. I'm not going and missing a flight and finding a new flight which is there. I'm no longer going and telling my client whose meeting I had when I was supposed to go ahead and land that I'm going to go reschedule
Well,
this.
the best part about this is proactive.
Yes.
You don't have a dependency to call a certain someone and say, shit, I'm late. How do I do this? You get out of the gate and somebody's waiting for you saying that, bro, I have your back.
Yes.
You know what? You're Centurion. I'm here for you.
I'm here to solve your
Everything
problem.
about
Your
it.
problem solved.
Correct.
His only thing was, Mr. Rathee, we still need to go and do immigration.
Yeah.
You better walk fast. He said, do you have check-in luggage?
Yeah.
I said, I don't have check-in luggage. He says, perfect.
Yeah.
We will make it.
by the way, a very, very interesting point I want to add, Adil. He spoke about Amex price match, right? A cue for a lot of people because you keep saying that banks ke sath negotiate karna padta hai, and we keep discussing about it, how to negotiate. One thing what I've realized with banks, be it HDFC, be it Burgundy Private or Magnus Burgundy or whatever, right? When you negotiate with your RMs and they are like, yaar तुमको ये card देने के लिए तुमको ये धंधा मुझे देना पड़ेगा. It's a give and take, like you said. Always remember, as a customer, in spite of the fact that you got the card and you've given them business, you have the right to say or ask, I will give you business, but you cannot charge me a premium for that. Which means that, a classic example, if a guy says that you need to take an AIF or a PMF from me because I'm giving you this card. Okay, I'll take this, but then you match the price that I can get this same PMF or AIF anywhere else. I'm not going to give you a premium because you are Axis or you are HDFC. And that, I think they are acceptable. They are okay with. They will not say no. Right? So,
But our recommendation also on the pod is, Baba, keep these two things separate. There is something called return on investment. There is something called return on spend. Do not mix both. Right? Your investment.
It's on my answer on insurance also, right?
Exactly.
टर्म अलग से लेना और
Yeah.
इन्वेस्टमेंट अलग करो.
100%.
मतलब दोनों को लिंक करने का क्या फायदा?
No,
It's a suboptimal
one is
product.
growth of wealth. The other is meant to be enjoyed. Your return on spend is like, मजे करो, make the most of it.
अगर आप वो इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी का भी एग्जांपल दे रहे हो दैट इफ यू और क्रेडिट कार्ड का भी इफ यू एंडेड अप स्टिल टेकिंग एन अकाउंट और इन्वेस्टमेंट बिकॉज यू वांटेड अ क्रेडिट कार्ड, यू स्टिल हैव द राइट टू फाइट फॉर ensuring that product is good. You can't just say कि यार because आप for example if somebody says कि डीमैट का मेरे को ट्रांसफर कर दो, you can't charge me X% as brokerage just because you are this bank. I'm getting a 0% on Zerodha, please match it, I will give you business. As simple as that.
And my only learning has been in life, like, always deal with very high quality people.
Yeah, absolutely.
They might be a few basis points expensive.
Yes.
In the long run, it pays off. Peace of mind is extremely undervalued. Yeah, just few basis points extra.
Business is done with good people.
It just
Yeah.
makes so much sense.
Good business is done with good people. Never.
I lost my card. I got these are the little things you want to test when life gives you lemons, right? Lost the Amex card,
The Centurion.
the Centurion card,
Which city was this?
Frankfurt
Frankfurt.
or somewhere. They said 24 hours later we will have something for you. I lost it in the morning. Next morning, 9 a.m. at my hotel is my replacement card, 200 euros. A phone number of the local person here saying, if you need anything more, which is there, and guess what? These are the 36 transactions that have happened on your card since yesterday. Can you please let us know if you would like to dispute any?
Proactiveness.
Now,
That is.
what did that save me? Again, I'm telling you guys, and it comes from the heart. There will be a time in your life you don't look at this as a discount. You look at it for going and saying, "Mera time bachaya." And one day you will come to a mathematical framework saying, "What is 1 hour of your life worth?"
आज
आज ही discuss कर रहे थे हम लोग ये चीज.
आज सुबह discuss कर रहे थे.
You need to start valuing your time at some point of time.
At some point in time, right? And the day you get it, that was my realization. My Amex Centurion is worth it because it values my time. And there is a company whose name starts that's name starts with S, and they used to go and
Deeman's favorite bank.
Deeman's favorite bank, which is there. My pain and suffering was, and again I'm telling you,
pain and suffering with them. There's nothing else.
I was realized,
Lunch time हो गया.
यार वो बताऊं क्या प्रॉब्लम था? मैं खर्च करता था, मेरा कार्ड ब्लॉक कर देते थे. फिर मैं खर्च करता था, फिर मेरा कार्ड ब्लॉक कर देते. फिर मैंने उनको बोला कि यार कार्ड मेरा है, मैं खर्च कर रहा हूं, सर आपको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए हम ये ब्लॉक कर देते हैं. इसलिए they were blocking 80% of my transactions. Why? Because someone, and again, no evil meant, which is there, understanding the world and how it works, which is there. So the person who designed the SBI card designed it saying, boss, ये card है, it is meant for a certain class of person, right? When it was designed and given to the customer, that customer was not supposed to be me. Because this customer goes and spends today in Thailand, tomorrow in Bangkok, and tomorrow in London, a day after in Germany, and their algorithm goes all over the place.
Correct.
Their algorithm goes and says, "Iska card chori ho gaya."
Fraud है, हाँ, correct, yeah.
Right? And now I'm in Germany and booking my next ticket in the US, and he's like, euro and dollar same day kharch ho raha hai.
Correct. No, it's a very fair point. I
So
don't
the
know how to
person
answer
who
that.
designed it, right? I often like to go ahead and say, and this is one of the things when this is a product conversation which is there. When you design products,
Understand whom you're building it for.
not just understand, be in the shoes of the person. So a person who gets a salary of 40 lakh rupees shouldn't design a product for a person who has a 4 crore salary.
By the way, this very interesting point that you made, because a lot of people who have been asking me, मेरा access card काफी बार block हो जाता है Atlas when I do international transactions. I did tell them कि boss, although reward rate is lower, if you're going to do this consistently, either you use an HDFC or you use an Amex plat charge, even though the reward rate is lesser, because this could be a real problem. मतलब आप imagine करो और block हो गया, फिर वहां से unblock करवाना, मतलब आपसे उनको बात करना पड़ेगा. It's a very painful process.
Right? And the reason I like an HDFC, which is there, is they've just built better tech around it. So the WhatsApp confirmation that they will go ahead and get, you might miss the phone call because, you might not have roaming, the network would not have, which is there. It's 3 o'clock in the night when you went and did this. But because they send you a WhatsApp saying, hey, which is there, this transaction, say yes or no for the next 2 minutes. It's literally a button click, right? And I don't want to talk to a human being to go ahead and say मैंने क्यों खर्च किया. Like मेरा पैसा है, मैं खर्च कर रहा हूँ, क्या problem है उसके अंदर? लेकिन उसमें क्या problem हो रही थी? And they kept on saying, sir, but we are trying to protect you. I was like, I don't need your protection. Can I go ahead and give an indemnity for you? Can I go ahead and sign something which is there that don't do this? उनको समझ नहीं आता.
There's a special place in hell for people who also, when this transaction you do, there is a 30-second message that calls you. It speaks for 30 seconds, and after that I'm supposed to say yes or no. मैंने बोला वो 30 सेकंड भी बहुत वैल्यूबल होती है अगर ये फ्रॉड हो जाता. He's like the spend of 1,4,3,8,9.2. मतलब जल्दी बोल भाई क्या करना है. आखिर कहना क्या चाहते हो?
But I think what we're trying to say is like products also have to be context aware. And that context aware is missing in a lot of the legacy tech and the legacy banks. About time for them to wake up and smell the coffee. Otherwise, companies like Zeta who are making modern age bank tech frameworks will now propel very soon new age kids who will have a wrapper around this and build their own banking tech and propel it to greater levels. Clearly seen that Revolut is doing a really good job in the UK, right? Of course, they're having challenges launching in India because of the governmental framework. But I think like that is going to be the future. That's the way we're going, context aware. Like I'm a global citizen, in your case particularly, because you're like, hey, I need to travel for work. And because I'm doing 200 flights a year, you realize that I have to be in a different country every day because that's the finite time that I have in a year. And therefore, I will have spends. And if you don't contextually understand what my business is, I'm already giving you more than enough data. And if I've been a customer of 5+ years, you better understand this is my pattern. And
yeah, that's a great point, Adil. And I'll tell you what I was just thinking. अभी मेरे को चमका ये मैंने बोला कि the banks also need to realize that if they don't build this, a third party will come and disrupt their space. So imagine what Swiggy Crew is doing today, right? You were just doing something with Crew in the morning. Like they've tried doing this. वो क्यों कर रहे हैं? Because वो gap किसी ने तो छोड़ा है खाली.
So Akshat, let's talk about another very cool feature that Amex has. It's called no preset spending limit, right? Now, obviously you travel everywhere. You have a lot of expenses as well. What's the most outlandish purchase you've done? And have you tapped into that feature? Have you used it, and when?
I think the answer to this no preset spending limit stems from the core understanding that this is a charge card.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a credit card. Like it's this fundamental difference. A lot of people think which are there. You still get the benefit of the rotation of the cycle, but you're supposed to pay 100% of it, which is there. Right? So you don't rotate money. So the business of American Express is not from float. It's a big understanding of that ecosystem which is there. Right? They're not a debt instrument.
Yeah.
They're a privilege instrument.
Yeah.
Right? That's the reason they're charged more from the merchants to go ahead and bring that, because they're bringing a person who has the privilege to go ahead and choose what he wants or she wants when they want it.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm traveling. I don't think, as long as I know I have the money to go ahead and pay for it, if the answer is I know how to go ahead and pay for something, then the question is no longer can I afford it? Sure. Because you can always afford it. Yeah. Right? Then the question is, यार ये गाड़ी अच्छी है, ये खाना अच्छा है, ये टॉय अच्छा है, ये एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा है. I don't have to think about the fact that मेरी लिमिट कितनी है. Right? Then you'll be like, अगर if you can afford it, and my father will always say, मतलब debit card भी है, तो debit card क्यों नहीं इस्तेमाल कर लेता? Points. I mixed MR. I was like, my car that I just bought, the supercar that I just bought, just gave me 4 business class, 11 economy classes, 10 hotel nights, just because I bought that car.
All international.
Yes.
Yeah.
My car just funded that.
Yeah.
And
So
if
why
I had
will I
not
spend
done
it?
it,
Why would I spend
I would
it?
have just bought the car.
Anyways.
Anyway, because I wanted to buy the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then the question is, do you want that car or not? And I think you said, which is there, never buy something you can't afford.
Yeah.
But if you can go ahead and get multiple things for the things that you can afford, that's the benefit. Right? Then you don't think. Then you're like, हाँ यार, मुझे गाड़ी अच्छी है. this is the conversation. Hi, American Express. What's my pending payment right now? They're like XYZ, it's 1.2 crores right now. I want to go ahead and buy something that is a little more expensive. They said, of course, Mr. Rathee, how much would you need to go ahead and get this done? And I was like, I don't know, let me check. And they're like, acha, 1.5 crore rupees ki gaadi hai. So this will mean your limit is going to go to 2.7 crores, but it's only the 10th of the month. There's another 20 days left. Based on your normal spending, this will be about 3 crores. We are sanctioning 3.5 crores for this month.
Whoa, crazy.
Right?
Perfect.
Right?
That's a 20% additional.
No, look, on my normal spend, it might be just 60-70 lakhs I'm spending, which is there. But that month I'm spending much more, and they're like, kharid liya. You're good for it.
I think both in the context of the general credit card audience, if you were to kind of convert that at a lower level, right? The way it works is, आज के डेट में आपको एक 20 लाख की गाड़ी लेनी है, लेकिन आपकी लिमिट अलाउ ही नहीं करती, आपको टैक्स भरना है, लेकिन आपका कार्ड का वो लिमिट ही नहीं है, राइट? यू हैव मल्टीपल सच इश्यूज. वन वेरी फनी कार्ड वेयर देयर इज अ माइलस्टोन, बट वो माइलस्टोन अचीव करने के लिए मेरे को 3 बार वो क्रेडिट लिमिट चाहिएगा इफ आई हैव टू डू द माइलस्टोन इन 1 month, एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल कैन डू दैट माइलस्टोन इन 1 month, राइट? सो हैविंग द एबिलिटी टू कॉल अ बैंक एंड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई यू नीड टू स्पेंड दैट मच मनी एंड दे कीपिंग दैट फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. एंड अगेन आई थिंक Amex इज द ओनली कार्ड व्हिच हैज अ चार्ज कार्ड, राइट? और तो कंट्री में कोई चार्ज कार्ड है ही नहीं किसी के पास.
The Bonvoy.
Okay.
And the Vistara.
The US one.
No, the both HDFC.
That's not a charge card.
It's so yeah. The Diners card is, but the Diners card by definition is a charge card.
Really? I didn't know that. I was not aware
I
of this.
assumed it was a credit card.
We all think it is. So it is a special category that they have gone and built down, which is there. But Diners as a product, which is Discover, I think, is a charge product.
Okay.
No, but I always thought that the Indian version of that card is a charge credit card. That's what, because
So what they've done, HDFC's put a layer of charge of credit over the charge product as such. So Diners and American Express were both the charge card products.
got it. So in the US they do have charge
Yeah,
cards.
yeah, it's a full charge card
Got it. Interesting.
Cool. So you're saying like, whenever you have an outlandish purchase, Amex is just like a phone call away. You call them and say, hey, this is what I need to buy. And because they have access to your spending pattern and there's predictability and they've done enough checks on you before giving you the Centurion, they're like, sure.
And you build it over time, right? So if I had done it in the first 3 days of me getting a Centurion, they probably have a...
Yeah, that was my next question. So a lot of people now have started getting the plat charge now. This feature in a very small way works on plat charge also, right? So how do I do that? So if I have an immediate spend, how much time do I need before I can call Amex and say I need a certain 50 lakh purchase on a plat charge? Like how much time does it take for them?
I don't think I know the answer to them. They know the algorithms which is there. But my rule of thumb is what you asking to go buy, you better have cumulatively that much amount you have already spent with them.
Oh, so if you have spent 50 lakhs on the plat charge, you think that you can get a 50 lakh limit
For one day.
For 1 day. Okay, got it. Understood. That's a good way of thinking about it.
Right? So build the provenance that you have paid back 50 to go ahead and say, हाँ ये दे देगा.
Well, just like humans, right? Build credibility, you get credibility.
Right? Then the other question they will always have is, when you got this privilege from us in the past, how long did you take to pay it?
Yeah, exactly.
That was my next question, that because you know a lot about Amex, US, etc. Like how does the risk management work here? Because again, this is a business question, not related to our pod maybe, but like a large part of the credit card game is the risk management, right? How does Amex manage it? Because if you took the supercar and didn't pay for it,
yes,
like how do they fight it out? Like how does it going to work out? Ek to hai penalization of interest, but it's bad debt, right? At the end of the day, like how are you going to solve for that?
Because what they would go and again I'm guessing there because I'm not. But as a product manager, if you're going and doing that, there is something called financial risk. But the credibility risk of this person is extremely high. Remember, they know exactly where I've been spending this money with everywhere.
That's why it's an invite-only card.
Yes. So they're like, he goes to the Taj, he goes to the Marriott, we'll blacklist him on the Taj and the Marriott because we have great relationships there. So he'll not be able to go to the 2 best places. He's going to lose his ambassador status there. He's going to go to lose his platinum status there. We will also be able to go ahead and tell the income tax department that this is what he's doing. This is fairly stupid of him to go ahead and do this. And this is the large one which is there. We already know that he flies on this airline. We block his airline. Imagine the blacklisting that they have right now because they know exactly where I'm spending because it's linked to those companies and they have big programs with Air India, with Delta, with United or whatever. My life would be fairly miserable with me being blocked for in everything that I need to go ahead with.
एंड आई एम श्योर उनके लिए तो वो P&L में बिल्ड होगा ही रिस्क कहीं ना कहीं कि मतलब इतना % पीपल डिफॉल्ट एंड व्हाटएवर.
So to summarize, what we're saying, Akshat, is when you apply for a Centurion, you get a Centurion for yourself and you get a backup Centurion for yourself. You get another Centurion that you can give to a person of your choice, call it an add-on Centurion. In addition to this, you get 5 platinum charge cards that again you can get to anyone of your choice so long as they have the right plan. That's your first level of benefit. Your second level of benefit is insane reward rate. 3% is the base reward rate, but there are a lot of luxury partners that give you 10x, a lot of travel partners that give you 10x. Air India is one of them. If you're into cars and Mercedes, that's a great benefit, but only on the higher category of cars, not on the entry variants. Next, you said when you travel, this is a phenomenal hack because they will price match anyone giving you a great price. Along with that, the add-on benefit is the Aerobridge experience and the meet on greet at 20 airports in the world. Along with that, a luxury transfer, which is saving you bare minimum 10 to 15,000 rupees every time you fly, which is quite powerful in my opinion. Then you said there is no preset spending limit. Go buy a car, buy anything, Amex backs you, you're good for it. Fantastic set of benefits. You also talked about the Amex Experiences app. And you said there are a lot of people who get access to events on day 1. You get access on day 0, which is like the preview that kind of happens. And Amex can pretty much get you in anywhere. So let's talk about travel benefits and statuses that come on the Centurion. And we'll talk about the Plaid charge card benefits as well. Let's talk about what are the status benefits you get as part of Centurion.
So Centurions, let's start with travel, and I'm going to close my eyes because I'm going to go recollect very quickly and I hope not make mistakes. And I'll happily go ahead and give you a screenshot of it so you can actually go ahead and show it. So if you look at the screenshot right now, you definitely get Hilton, where you have diamond. You have Marriott, where you get gold. You go ahead and get Shangri-La, where you go ahead and get gold. You get Radisson, where you become a rewards member, Radisson Awards member, which is it's like a silver status. Then you go ahead and get silver in KrisFlyer, silver in Emirates. And then 2 more that you go
Hertz, you said
Hertz Gold, which is there, and Taj Epicure.
And the Taj Epicure is the same one that you get with Plaid charge?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So then versus the Plaid charge, the only sweet spot is Hilton Diamond.
And it will be KrisFlyer Silver.
Okay. And KrisFlyer Silver, I think for Plaid charge, Plaid charge ke liye you have to do the Marriott Gold plus 4 flights or 2 flights and then you become Silver. Okay, got it. Understood.
And the Plaid charge continues to get the same Plaid charge benefits.
This is how powerful the Plaid charge is, and for the people who can access it today, I think a lot of people don't realize it. So I'll give another example. Etihad Gold. Adil made a reel on it first and then I made a reel on it, right? People, because getting very easily the Etihad Gold, people don't understand how difficult it is to get Etihad Gold. Okay, you don't need it, I understand it. But the price status match opportunities generally work in links. Right, you get Etihad Gold, you get a Star Alliance Gold someday, you then get a Sky Team Alliance. Abhi to Sky Team mil hi raha hai with right, so
$200.
Yeah, so
$200 on platinum and 150 or 100 on gold.
Yeah, got it. Okay, cool, awesome.
All right, so let's talk about.
And they just launched, and I think you guys made a reel, and then I realized. And by the way, this is a shout out to the Centurion team. Sometimes you should have. This is the only time I've found out that the Plaid has this service, but the Centurion in India still does not, which is the Accor membership Explorer. That
really?
It's only on Platinum, it's not on Centurion.
अभी ना वो meme है Accor Explorer वाले सब ऐसे कॉलर ऊपर करके आगे Centurion.
So I called,
जोर से बोल के सबको feel about it. That is the one.
I called them saying, boss, ये है. So my wife has the Plaid charge and my other co-founders have the Plaid charge. और उनके पास एक और एक्सप्लोरर है और मेरे पास नहीं है. कोई मैंने गलती किया है क्या?
बोले सर आप तो खरीद लोगे, आप सुपर कार वाले हो.
So they're like, sir, do not ask me why, but this is very strange. We will figure out why. But these are, by the way, these are the arbitrages that you'll have, because often enough you'll see that both ecosystems are very different. And we've had a private chat around the gold ecosystem versus the Plaid ecosystem. Yeah. They are such different product lines that the product managers don't. So just because they're all under American Express, please don't treat them as equivalent. which is their relationships, the way their ecosystems will work, the way the escalations will work are very different from between gold, plat, and
Very
Centurion.
painful experience.
Yes.
See, but one thing I also want to kind of highlight is that if you're fighting for your Accor Explorer, please tell them to give the full version to you if they ever add it to the Centurion.
God.
Not the
As you said, I went and bought it. So it was. I was like, when I came
So we'll come back to the framework that you used, Akshat. Initially, you said that I typically like to see for any product that I buy, what's the bare minimum I can get and what's the maximum I can get. So you put down 13 lakhs for the Centurion. What's the bare minimum you think you got out of the card? And what's the max you think you've gotten out of the card?
So on an annual basis, if I have 1-to-1, I am okay. I suck, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
Anything, by the way, this is the framework I often do in my life also. I treat everything in my life, a lot of people do 0 to 10, I do -10 to +10. To me, -10 to 0 is you need to invest energy to make it not hurt you.
hygiene. Like, oh, hygiene.
हाँ मतलब वो
also.
ठीक करना है लाइफ में यार, ये दर्द कर रहा है मेरे को. 0 to 5 is life, I don't actually bother about it. 5 to 7 is something that is worth investing to make it better. And the next time I invest is to take some things from 7 to 10.
Which is getting extremely good at something.
Yes. Because you have X number of points in your life. And you can only spend them, which is there. So fix what hurts, invest the rest in things you love. And that's the overall framework.
So what's the maximum that you got out of, let's say, what's that in a year? Which year would be
So
the
I
one?
actually have a formula sheet like you'd go ahead and design. I've built my sheet. I'm crazy, which is that I use Claude like you do and everything. So I have a dashboard. I have 11 memberships that are there. I try to keep 100 million points across all my memberships at any given time. Above 100 million, I have to go burn them. And this can be Air India miles, Krisfire miles, Denny's cards in the US. By the way, I don't spend a dime if I can't get points for it. I have a 7-Eleven Japan loyalty card.
Double dip, triple dip, right?
हाँ मतलब why not?
Yeah.
What's the worst that will happen? I'll not use it. अच्छा नहीं, I'll not use it.
He spoke about the MGM hack in the Bangkok syndicate event. That was crazy. And
Leave that.
that will be better next
What
time.
happens in Bangkok stays in Bangkok.
Don't spend if you can't have some points on it. And now you'll be like, how do I keep track of it? Google Wallet. Google Wallet, by the way, lets you track not Google Pay. Google Wallet. There is a separate app.
The US one, the US Google Wallet.
India
not
also has
Actually,
Google
India
Wallet.
one. Okay, India one. Okay.
India Google Wallet. So Google has two products, Google Pay and Google Wallet. They were the same in India, but they had to build Google Pay because of the compliances that are
The
required
UPI
for
app
the
separately,
UPI,
yeah,
etc.,
yeah.
which is there. Right? It has a very India-contained version. When you travel internationally, Google Pay will not work, but your data of Google Pay will be in your Google Wallet. So you can use Google Wallet internationally to go ahead and make payments on tap to pay, etc., because it's an international product that they have. Google Wallet also has your boarding passes.
Yeah, similar to like say an Apple Wallet. kind
Like
of
an
thing,
Apple
yeah.
Wallet, which is there. Google Wallet also has all your loyalty programs, including your Disney access. So, by the way, most of the places, just like Apple and Google, they've been able to go ahead and build this tracking of loyalty, which is there.
Passes, loyalty. Yeah.
So you can now aggregate this, and then there are other tools that, again, some of them I learned from you, and some of them which is AwardWallet is a great tool. If you've not used Flighty, you're really missing out life, which is there, right? Like it's only an iOS product. I actually have it on my iPad because my phone is a Google Pixel, and so I use that on a hotspot.
Flighty is awesome.
Right. So why? Because you'll hear a lot of flights from me. You'll hear a lot of hotels from me because that's where my life currently sits.
So
down.
also the cool part is now Flighty friends.
Yes.
So because if you add someone as a friend, then
They
you
get all the details.
And like it's so cool for aviation nerds because I don't necessarily need to ask you where you are. I open Flighty and I'll see that, hey, Akshat is in this city. And for all you know, I'm also in that city. Bro, let's meet up, right? It's such a well thought and put together feature. So I have a bunch of friends that we track and then that's how we're catching up now.
I
It's
have
very
met so many of my friends randomly at baggage carousels because it'll say my baggage carousel is number 22, and they know it's 22, and they'll be like, "Ah, tu kya kar raha hai yahan pe?" Which is like,
But I mean, I heard few people talk about it, right? There's some issues with Flighty on the like tracking, but in general, the interface is so easy.
It is so
it's so eye pleasing that you just cannot not have it, right? Especially
so
if you fly.
Apple-esque, right? Like it's the little.
It's won a lot of awards in the Apple store, I think.
I think
So if you fly often, like if you do 30-40 flights a year also, it is 100% banger.
I'll turn it around by going and saying, if you do 5 flights a year, not for you, for your family, it's the best thing you can go ahead and give them. And it's free, by the way, right? This is the really good thing about something like Flighty and great apps. Everyone else gives you a really bad product, which is going to be a freemium product, and they ask you to pay for it, and there'll be ads everywhere, which is there. Flighty went and said the base product, which is a phenomenal good product, is free. Now you pay for a super product, which is there, right? And so if you have the single flight premium, which is there, if you have 10 flights, that means you're putting 1 flight at a time. If you're putting 1 flight at a time, it still works. And not many people will be like me to go ahead and do this. But if you just have that and go ahead and give it to your family, your mom, your spouse, your whatever, they know exactly when to
मैं
send.
उसी के लिए यूज करता था पहले मैं इसको सेंड मैन्युअली कि मैं इधर जा रहा हूँ ये मेरी फ्लाइट डिटेल्स है लाइक जस्ट ऐड देम टू फ्लाइटी एंड लाइक
And they know exactly कब लैंड कर रहा है, कब टेक ऑफ हुआ है, तेरा फ्लाइट कितना लेट हो गया है.
नहीं, but you know, often people ask you कि भाई कहाँ हो इस डेट पे, just open up Flighty, it's all there, right? It's so cool, मतलब और वो immediate दिखाता है, and then you know, like if you're a nerd, you want to know what is the tail number of the plane, वो वहाँ पे दिखाता है. It shows you like what is the aircraft that you're flying on, in case like and it shows you predictability, right? 30% of the times you're going to take off late.
Yes.
And it shows you, and there's a green bar key, it's on time, there's a red bar, it's going to be late. And I have found that to be remarkably close to correct for most flights. Of course, it makes errors sometimes.
No, I think the challenge, Adil, is when it comes to complex situations, Flighty fails a lot, right? So I had a recent experience in Qatar while I was flying Qatar to do my US trip, right? So there was an issue with the aircraft maintenance, and the flight refused to fly because of that aircraft change.
Exceptions होंगे ना.
हाँ, मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ. But otherwise, I am still okay with that one thing because
That's life.
That's life, right? I mean, nobody can solve that for you. So.
मैं तो ये बोल रहा हूँ, if there is a product that solves 80% of your problems, take it. 20% तो यार Google भी fail करता है.
मेरे लिए आई प्लीजिंग होना उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट है
बहुत important.
क्योंकि इट हर्ट्स योर आई मतलब बैड एप्स बैड प्रोडक्ट्स बैड वेबसाइट्स राइट मतलब
UI UX extremely important.
Yeah, I don't think the Europeans go ahead and design efficient products, and the AwardWallet and a couple of others will be like, yeah, it's the.
सर आप जापान एयरलाइंस की वेबसाइट देख लो इट्स सच अ पेनफुल वेबसाइट आई मीन
You know, it's a feature, not a bug.
I'm
You know why? Because 95% of Japan Airlines customers are travel agents. So they have their own separate Amadeus or Sabre or whatever product.
they don't use this
They don't
website.
use it.
Yeah.
So this is like going and saying, I have a desktop app for something which is there for Zomato. And then they're like, why do I have a desktop app for Zomato?
It's also a blessing in disguise if you think about it. Which is why availability is so bloody good. Otherwise, if you go and everybody starts using it, your availability is going to be gone.
Yeah, by the way, Ana is also not very easy. Like, just to be clarifying, Ana is also not very easy. The Ana website is equally
Because that's how the Japan system works, right? Like,
हमारे लिए Virgin है. If you want to fly Ana, we will book Virgin. It just makes sense. And Virgin is so good with Amex 2:1. It's phenomenal. Right?
this is a fairly painful thing to go ahead and say, but the easier you make it,
Yeah.
the more difficult for point hogs like
Exactly.
सिंगापुर एयरलाइंस टिकट तो नेक्स्ट लेवल ना था एआई सो गुड
It's so
यार
good, yeah.
अब मैंने लिखा
मुझे कहीं availability
मुझे
नहीं
बॉम्बे सिंगापुर बस फर्स्ट क्लास जाना है उसने ढूंढ के दे दिया मुझे फ्लाइट बोला ये 4 फ्लाइट है ले लो आप चाहिए तो आई टू गेट ऑन
देखो सिंगापुर एयरलाइंस का फर्स्ट क्लास सिंपल हैक बता देता हूँ. तुमको अगर जाना है, you will get saver fares in the next 45 days. कभी भी फर्स्ट क्लास लेना है नेक्स्ट 45 days. अगर वो 45 days में नहीं अवेलेबल है, then it is only advantage fare. You will never get a saver fare. So either you wait for 45 days, or you take an advantage fare which is 2x the price, or you take an access fare which is 3x the price. But saver मिलेगा, एक सीट मिलेगा, 2 सीट चाहिए फर्स्ट क्लास के, एक एडवांटेज ले लो, एक सेवर ले लो. That is the only hack that will work today.
And this is my personal passion point saying one day Air India is now going to go ahead and change over some of the management to Singapore Airlines. I said, उनका system implement कर देना यार. But by the way, Air India has done a phenomenal job on its product, like the website and this, which is there. The app is now phenomenal.
The tracking is as good as Flighty.
Your flight is late. Where is it coming from? All of that details, which is there. The redemption product is still broken. I think the redemption product is still not great.
It still feels Web 2.0.
Dude, yesterday me and Adil, we just got on the flight. Even before sitting on a seat, we got the Maharaja points.
You know why they do it wrong? Because so what earlier people used to go ahead and do is write down, and I'm super nerd about this. So there is Air India went and put the person. So huge step back. Typical boarding process, which is there, DigiYatra. So you go, or not DigiYatra, you go and scan it, you come to this, you've done a check-in, you've come inside, you've gone past security. Air India just integrated with the security system, say that this person has crossed security.
Yeah.
Right? If you've checked in your bag, they've gone and which is there. Earlier, there was a human being who was standing there who used to go ahead and cross out on a sheet of paper.
Yeah, we've seen that all. We've all seen that.
What do they cross out?
Number, sequence numbers.
Right? So they're just doing 26, 35, 83. They're playing lotto. Right? Literally guessing the numbers of people which are there. Tambola khel rahe hain uske andar. Like lucky number 7. But next to that person, now they have a person who's a scanner. And they go ahead and take either your DigiYatra or your boarding pass on your phone or in there, and it goes beep.
Yeah.
You know what that beep does?
No idea.
It gives you points.
How awesome is that?
I didn't know this.
Real time, right? After it flag, go into the system, says this guy is boarded, and credit the points and be done with the workflow, right?
So what they said was, they've checked this person has now entered
Boarded
the
the
plane.
flight. Actually, it came तभी आया email. Email तभी आया.
Because
on the
technically they can go ahead and say this person has been offloaded.
Yeah.
But once the person is sitting inside the plane, you are in plane territory.
Yeah, which means you're eligible to get the points as per.
So then
the,
why wait?
Yeah, fair.
What is the reason of giving points 6 months later? मतलब दे दो ना हो गया.
This system I remember very well in memory. I don't know who all have experienced it. It was broken so badly when the Etihad Jet partnership happened. मैं जब भी Etihad fly करता, I had to still always send them कि भाई मुझे इसके points नहीं मिले. And then Jet would have the same process. वो 4 लोग को loop in करते. फिर वो finally I would get the points always, but always go through that same painful thing. I think they had not fixed that tech.
And you'd be shocked that most of the world's loyalty stack, boarding stack, baggage tracking stack are same but disjoint. None of them are there. Yeah, because they're stuck on bubblegum. Literally saying that you try going and saying, "Mera baggage gum ho gaya." I hope it never happens to me. I lose my baggage at least 5 times a year. So it's like, "Mera bag gum ho gaya." They're like, "Sir, आपका number tracking number है हमारे पास." ठीक है सर, ये आपने मेरे पास ट्रैकिंग नंबर है. आपने मुझे बोला था कि बैगेज रिसीव्ड. नाउ इफ यू डोंट नो वेदर यू गो विल से बैगेज रिसीव्ड. इट्स लाइक यू सेड बैगेज रिसीव्ड, वेयर इज इट? वी लेफ्ट इट देयर. बट यू सेड बैगेज रिसीव्ड.
Correct.
सर, ये दूसरा सिस्टम है. So someone built this system separately, which is there. And by the way, this is one of the things I wanted to go out and talk to you about. We are sitting in Agentic AI systems, which is there. Mark my words, there are 3 weird things that are going to happen. They are going to be phenomenal. First, credit cards and debit cards and payment instruments will become one.
Like Razorpay is doing something amazing.
So I was with Shashank. Yeah, I was talking with
They've
Shashank.
already rolled out agentic frameworks. So if you have anything to do with e-commerce, selling anything, now the APIs which were seamless earlier are now clunky if you think about it. And agentic frameworks are making it like hypercharged. It's amazing.
So I was having a chat with the global teams of different payment products. What you would do is you will have, let's call it the Dhimant card. The Dhimant card is going to be very, very simple. It will have, you will take your card and you will tap it somewhere, or you'll pay it somewhere, or you'll get a CVV somewhere. You will now get a message on WhatsApp saying, you have spent $116 here. You are linked to these 14 loyalties.
You can put it whenever you want.
And you're linked to these bank accounts. And you're linked to these credit cards. We recommend you go ahead and charge this one because it will give you this.
So it's a network that starts becoming more powerful than the individual.
Yeah, because it
card
already
or-
knows, right?
Yeah.
So then the question which is there is risk कौन उठाएगा? The main aggregator. The aggregator will say, boss, मुझे तो 2 घंटे की settlement है ना. why settle it right now? When you go ahead and charge, which is there on any of the cards, typically at the end of the day, when they go to the POS machine and press settle, then it settles, right? So the answer is, why can't you go ahead and settle on, I'm calling it chain, but why can't you just settle on account? We know Dimant has 11 credit cards, 5 debit cards, 4 bank accounts, 23 loyalty programs. It should tell you where to charge it, right? It should literally say, we recommend this. And you just have to say yes. Or you can say, no, I actually want to put this on this one. It says, no, choose option 2. It'll go and run it. And hence, the payment stack needs to serve the purpose stack. Right now, all the reasons we all go ahead and nerd out on this is, we try to go optimize on the payment stack. Because इसको हम यहाँ से करके ये points लेके इसको यहाँ पे redeem करके इसके अंदर ये करेंगे इसके अंदर. But AI should do it.
But I have a question here, and this is very interesting because it's right up the alley now. In the last few years, 1 year or more probably, I have been seeing a lot of people attempt this. I want to know your point of view on this. Basically, somebody is trying to say कि मैं आपको बताऊंगा, कोई ऐप बोल रहा है कि मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि ये वाला स्पेंड कौन से कार्ड पे करना है, right? Somebody is trying to map में ये वाले कार्ड्स कौन से पॉइंट में ट्रांसफर करूँ, and somebody is saying कि मैं इससे क्या रिडम्पशन करूँ, और people are building tools around this. Do you think there is an opportunity to build a tool around this? Personally, I have my own opinion, and Adil, I am sure he has his point of view. But what do you think about? Is there like a lot of opportunity for such apps, tools? Like,
depends on who builds it. So my short answer is yes.
Okay.
But like most answers in life, it's predicated on, we all sit as CEOs and founders of something, right? If it's an ad-led product, you have a conflict of interest.
Okay, fair.
And hence you can only build it as a subscriber product.
Fair.
Right? So as a subscriber product, I will always be on your side. I'm guaranteeing you that I will give you the best answer despite commissions. It's the difference between, if you're in insurance, it's a direct plan versus...
so you're saying that if there is an app which tells me कि ये काला card spend करो, I can't trust him because I don't know his intent.
Yes, because he is responsible.
Fair.
An ad engine will always go show you the things and go and send you.
जैसे Flipkart पे मुझे मालूम नहीं, unless उधर ad लिखा हो, मुझे मालूम नहीं कि मेरे because I've seen in Zepto for example or in certain apps, like first 5 things are ads. मैंने जो search किया वो आया नहीं, वो एकदम नीचे आया, right?
So the answer on volumetric versus volumetric, right? If I have 5,000 results that are possible, whether it is a mutual, your answer applies to mutual funds, your answer applies to credit cards, your answer applies to airlines. If I have multitude of volumetric options, then the best answer is always the best answer for 2 choices for me. This is your best answer. You can validate it with everyone because it's called the source of truth.
Yeah.
The source of truth has to be very clear, saying these are your best 2 options to go ahead and do this. I should actually be able to recommend in that engine, this is the 3rd best option, which you don't even have. So if you had this credit card or if you had this would have been the best choice for you. You don't have it, here are the next 2 best options for you to go ahead and do this. But that has to be a subscriber product. And is that worth 99 rupees a month or 499 rupees a month? वो देखा जाएगा. That's a product answer or pricing answer to go ahead and do this. But I honestly believe at the bottom, if someone stands by you and says, boss, I will always give you the right answer, you should pay that person.
Yeah. I think also there is just too much of context, right? For example, no such tool can build context of what my wife feels about travel or what I feel about travel. For example, I know that Adil loves comfort, but the tool will tell him कि नहीं, ये सबसे efficient तरीका है, वो नहीं है उसके लिए efficient, right? That's another big angle to it. It's just too much of context.
But context is just a variable that you can go ahead and also feed in, right? So I can actually go ahead and say, for example, my co-founder is like Adil, which is there.
Prioritize comfort over whatever.
Right, so he says, for example, he refuses to travel in airlines that have less than a certain pitch width. Right? It doesn't matter to him whether it is a full class airline, low cost airline, उसको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. He's like, मेरे को seat size इससे कम नहीं है तो मैं बैठूंगा ही नहीं उसके अंदर. He's 6'4", right? उसको फर्क पड़ता है. वो कहता है, there's another one who's like, boss, I will only travel flights that give me vegan food.
Sure.
Right? There are people who care about that, right?
Absolutely.
So the system should go ahead and say, these are your top 3. I have hidden them based on your profile.
Yeah, fair.
And hence, number 5 and number 17 are the best ones for you. Because, and if you want to go remove the filter, it should be able to go ahead and say remove vegan. But it should literally call out. because of your vegan preference, because of your height preference, because of your, which is there, I am removing these options.
I think my answer to this is like a little different, especially because we're living in the agentic era, right? I'm a huge fan of simplicity. And I don't think we need to have an external system that I'm going to. I think I need to have an internal system. Here's the thing. So for example, I pay my credit card bills through Cred. And simply because the interface is beautiful, it tells me on what time, and it never allows me to miss a payment. So I love Cred, and that's why I use Cred. Now I've already given my data to Cred, okay? Similarly, what if I'm using Cloud Code, building my own agent, where I've already connected to my Gmail. It already has access to my calendar. Let's say my firm is inviting me to an offsite that I'm going to, let's say, Bay Area for. It already knows the dates on which I'm going to go to Bay Area. The agent, as soon as it sees it, should automatically check my points balance across my multiple sources because I would have fed it to it, because the point statements come every month. And it says, Adil, you're going here, but this is a work trip. You know what? You typically fly Emirates. I've run a search for you. This is the fare I recommend. You have enough points to upgrade, or you don't, and you can convert so many from Bonvoy. That is your step one. But let's say I've blocked my calendar and I've said vacation with Sanya and kids, and let's say I've proposed a particular location. It's going to say, all right, I've looked at your data, and I'm recommending these are your flight options because you're a family of 4. Second thing, it could also go ahead and do, you know what, you're going to this destination. How about this? Because your points currency is allowing you to do this right now. Would you like to go here, or would you like me to make a revenue recommendation itself? Because I'm a fan of personalization. I think
that's already there. I don't know. 2 days ago, which is May 12th, Android announced Android 17. Android 17 does exactly what you just said. If you've not gone and seen Android 17, just go see that. Which is literally saying
that exactly what I was also trying to say. The current set of tools which are being built for solving the exact purpose that we exist for, I don't see them being trying to solve the problem the right way. There's just too much of...
Again, product guy talking to each other, it's called the source of truth. Yeah. If you're a G Suite guy or a Gmail guy, where Gmail and Google Calendar are fundamentally your sources of truth, which goes and do this and then go ahead and percolate down, then you have a place of source of truth. Yeah. Unfortunately, we are not source of truth people. Think about the number of places which is there. There are messages that come to you on WhatsApp. So phone becomes a source of truth for you.
Dude, think about this.
But phone also poisons it. Right? And I'm telling you as a person, for the longest time, whether it was IND money or Cred or this, it goes and parses my this. And as a founder, my problem is because I have my phone number is also linked to my company's bank accounts. So one random day, it says 14 crores withdrawn. It's like 14 crore रुपए withdraw किसने कर दिया यार? ये क्या है? And it just basically took salaries across all the companies everywhere in the world and took
But then Akshat, there's a bigger problem. Sometimes what happens is to be able to sort that issue out, that takes more of your time than the original reason why I built that program itself.
So okay, computing, like we used to say 10 years back, garbage in, garbage out, right? So it needs to be programmed in a particular way. Secondly, I think you have to build walled gardens. For example, if you want to give access to WhatsApp, it's your choice. It's a function of like, I wouldn't want to give WhatsApp access with me and my wife chatting. I am okay with giving WhatsApp access to certain groups where I get intel or where I'm interacting so that this guy knows what's happening in my life. Second thing is, I'm a power user of granola. Without granola, I don't do any meeting. And therefore, from a context-aware lens of what's happening in my life, right? Granola not only records your entire meeting, it will also give you transcription notes, which is there, but it also has your raw data. Now you've got an MCP built that can query granola and other two-way sync at any given point in time. So therefore, I'm saying the future is...
You know what, so as tech guys and geeks, we'll go nerd out, right? You have a granola thing which is there. I have something on Whisper Flow and on Plod or something.
Yeah, so Whisper Flow.
The Whisper Flow se mera Plod mein laga hua hai and the same answer goes into this tomato. The real interesting part, and this is which is there, comes from a very aha moment I had when we were in the Bangkok syndicate. We were talking about the number of people who nerded out about the usability of it versus the number of people who understood the tech behind it was very different. Like you had a lot of doctors, you had a lot of people, which is there. So to me, a solution like this works really well, the dumber it is,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
right? And hence, will I pay 99 rupees for the really good tool which is there? No, I'll build it myself. But would a doctor who doesn't understand it but cares about the voice pay 99 rupees? 100%, which is there, right? So to me, the value here is having a specialist on your side when you can't be the specialist, right? And I don't think, even if Google goes and builds it in Android and we are all there, I'm seeing, it's a very, very interesting dichotomy. While Google has built this entire Google with Android 17, with everything of the features that we talked about, the Google's ecosystem is a prepaid ecosystem in India. The postpaid ecosystem in India is fundamentally an Android ecosystem, is an Apple ecosystem. All the people who are fundamentally well off are sitting there. And Apple is much more private about security to go ahead and do this, right? The ability to go ahead and whisper flow on Android, on iOS, it's horrible to go ahead and do this.
Painful.
Right? Because of the on-device privacy which is there. So I think that's where the product lies. So as an iOS, Flighty is an example, great example, right? Flighty on Android versus Flighty on iOS has a very different look and feel which is there. And that's why Flighty is priced what it is. I think an iOS app to go ahead and solve these problems for an Indian 1% of the 1% is 100% a value proposition.
Cool. Back to Amex. So Akshat, you want to talk a little more about the Centurion. We've discovered pretty much the length and breadth of it. But apparently there are annual offers, there are birthday offers. Let's talk about that a little bit.
So I think they have, again, Amex there, which is there. The two best hotel chains in the country of India remain the Oberoi and the Taj. And they have very direct partnerships with both. So what they go ahead and do is, again, this is part of the, hey, I can get some great value coming out of it. The great value that comes out of it first is, on an annual basis, I get a suite night at the Taj anywhere in the world.
A sweet night at Taj anywhere in the world.
In the world, as part of my birthday gift.
So Taj Buckingham Palace, London.
Yes.
No questions asked.
Taj Maldives, Taj wherever you want to go ahead and go.
So Exotica Maldives is one.
Right?
I am already looking at the Buckingham Palace.
So it's free, by the way.
Yeah.
Second, any Oberoi in India, another suite night. So I get 2 suite nights
Okay.
at the 2 best hotel chains in the country.
Fabulous.
This is given to you on a birthday.
On your so it's given annually on my birthday, but utilizable during the year.
Brilliant.
Right? So I have to
Brilliant.
choose on my birthday or around my birthday. So it's technically
There
qualifies
is
as
a
a
Taj
birthday.
in New York also, right?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes.
आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग ये 3 हफ्ते बाद मेरे को आदिल कॉल करेगा कि मेरे को सेंचुरियन लेना चाहिए क्या
देखो अपने को एक बंदे ने बोला है, ठीक है, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बंदा है, बंदे ने बोला है कि रिफर करो तो मिल जाएगा. So and I have a number called 1-800 Akshat. But anyways, please continue.
So you get these 2, you choose them on your birthday month, and you go ahead and decide, I want it in April, September, wherever you want to go ahead and do it. They'll go ahead and book it for you. It's absolute. The interesting part is they also get you an offer which is called the Suite Combo offer, which is there. So you buy the one, but you can also pay for 2 and get 3. So it becomes a 4-day vacation. The offer is, if you book a flight and 1 stay in a hotel as a package, and that is above 1 lakh rupees with American Express, they will give you 50,000 rupees of Taj vouchers.
50.
50.
Okay, the same offer on a Plaid charge is 15,000 rupees, but on the Centurion that becomes 50. So it's like 3.5x.
and it's up to how many times you
4 times a year.
4 times.
4 times.
2 lakh.
Now, here's the interesting. Now, remember this example which we went and said, buy you get 1 suite night and 2 buy 2 and get 3. Now, what if you book those 2 suite nights via Taj itself? Now, guess how much those two suite nights would cost? 50,000?
Bare minimum.
So you get the entire thing for free.
And then if you do that twice a year,
So
or you can just
4
do
times
that.
a year.
Yeah, but you could also do multiple countries.
Yes, and remember, you basically have 4 family vacations free.
So now I get why he says that this is the most effective. What did you say? This is the most. When we started the episode,
Efficient.
Efficient
this
card.
is the most efficient okay, no, he said this is the cheapest card I have.
Yes.
Because it's giving you insane bang for your buck.
Right.
For the right person.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you better be.
That's the right pattern.
Yes.
No, I think it works for him because he's out there 200 days a year traveling. he has enough stays to do, so the statuses help him. The benefits of saving time, because he's a CEO, is extremely important. That comes to his rescue. 3, convenience. And 4, all these benefits, when stacked together with his philosophy of triple dipping, is now finally going.
मेरे पास एक question है. I think you should be.
So now I'll come back to that answer. अब जो मेरा framework है ना, जो मेरा model है, अगर मैंने उसके अंदर 60 लाख रुपए की वैल्यू नहीं निकाली ना, तो मैं गधा हूँ.
आराम से निकल जाएगी ना. यहाँ पे तो like I can already see the math in my head.
Yeah. So your hotel, your flights, your stay, your flights, and this, and if you don't create this, I am leaving money on the table. No, they're willing to say this. Hey, sir, Mr. Rathee, take it.
This is one of the places where you actually have your cake and eat it too.
Yes.
It's like that.
Yeah, exactly. Akshat, I have one last question, and again, probably very interesting question, because if you're ready to spend so much, right, where do you use your points? यही बता दो. Because every time you're like, यार एक और offer है, points छोड़ता हूँ, directly revenue spend करता हूँ. Then how do you end up spending your points? Because then you're sitting on crazy amount of points as well, right?
3 places. Money can't buy.
Okay.
So one really cool hack is something called Bonvoy Moments.
Yes. Brilliant example. Brilliant
So
example.
tell me one experience that you unlocked with it. Or are you planning to unlock?
Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, acha, nice.
What did that cost you in terms of Bonvoy points?
It was a sweepstakes, which you go ahead and do. It was a 1-point sweepstake drop, which is there. Cost me 120,000 points.
That's not much.
120,000 points. Now remember, when I count this on spend, I was like, 25 paise ka point tha na.
Achha, okay. Okay, so you're source of truth. Like this.
Yes, that's everything above that is great value.
Yeah.
So how much was this which is there? So this entire thing was 30,000 rupees. 30,000 rupees for a Taylor Swift concert box.
Yeah, a friend of ours, Pallav, who is on our group, he just got the World Cup ticket as well.
Yes.
And
he's
he's
in Virat Kohli in the past.
Virat Kohli in the past is done. I think he burnt, around 30 lakh points for it. 30 lakh points for it, yeah. 25, 30 lakh.
These are great ones to go ahead and do, right? And then you juxtapose this, you put this down saying, because I'm there, I'm Ambassador Elite on Marriott, because that's your diamond on Accor, I'm a Marriott guy, which means I will always take the most affordable hotel room ever.
And you'll always be bumped up.
I'm always at suite.
इसलिए तो बोल रहा हूँ पॉइंट जलाते कहाँ पे हो. So दूसरा बताओ. एक है Bonvoy Moment.
Vacations तो सारे उसी पे.
Khana na. No, khana.
खाना, okay.
So remember, at Marriott, you can spend on points.
But that's not as efficient as the value is a bit greater than 25 paise.
20 paise value, right?
Yes.
20 paise value when you burn on food, but he has an endless supply of points, so he doesn't really care.
So हाँ मतलब
भाई कमा लेगा.
नहीं, it's no, I'll give you an example. I'll go somewhere and I'll be like, यार मुझे remember, I don't spend anything if I'm not gaining points, which is there. So earn तो ये करना है, लेकिन if I have an opportunity to burn points there, I also don't leave it.
अच्छा, okay, got it. Fair.
Right?
Burn is the mantra. Always.
Correct. मतलब, if someone goes and says, dear Mr. Rathee, this is a steak that you can go ahead and have, and it will go ahead and cost you 4,000 Marriott points.
Yeah.
ठीक है, दे दो.
4,000 Marriott point mistake तो कभी भी ले लो यार. It's unbelievable.
By the way, those are the kind of offers, but not many people forget. Marriott runs offers in hotels on redemption. You just have to call them saying, do you have any offer? And they'll be like, we have a 50% off on redemptions right now.
Why not? Yeah.
Exactly.
But I also will remind you that Akshat is the same guy. Like we have remember how many points you have. We still scored at 10% discount at La Dukan just because we thought we should have got it, and we got it. We fought for it and we got it. So he's the same guy.
The power that comes with the ambassador status also, right? So for example, just to tell the users, so when we were planning the Bangkok event, the Point Syndicate, we requested Akshat to help with a Michelin star restaurant. Because Le Dukan is part of Marriott, he was just able to pick up the phone, call his relationship manager at Marriott and say, I need a booking, and I need a booking for 25 people. And that guy said, done.
Extremely hard to score that.
People
that was 4 months.
4 months, yeah.
4 months to get a table of 4. Getting a table of 26 is practically
And
impossible.
the amount of customization we made
Yeah,
happen.
but Akshat, हमने बोला हमारे वेजिटेरियंस आ रहे हैं. Forget vegetarians, हमारे जैन आ रहे हैं. और वो बोल रहा है जैन होता क्या है? मैं उसको बोल रहा हूँ you cannot use garlic, you cannot use onions, and he's like, I have to change my whole recipe. And we're like,
You won't believe. So Akshat was on my table when you were ordering desserts. Okay? So the guy came. I felt like that Rangila ka Amir Khan. बोला dessert कौन सा? सब एक लेके आओ. Literally, and we did that again. Once we finished, I was like, अब क्या लेके आओ? सब कुछ वापस लेके आओ.
But this is what privilege is. I'm sorry. Because some people are, some people believe कि किसी को डांट मारोगे क्या? We were so nice to them. They were so happy. Eventually, they came and said, this is the bill. They had a problem with the bill, which is there. Somehow, their miscommunication had happened. When we talked to them properly, the person said, give me 5 minutes, I will solve this. Went back, checked his system, checked that ambassador, checked which is there. He says, sir, done. No problem. I will figure it without my people.
कैसे किया मत पूछना लेकिन मैं कर दिया.
But what's more important, according to me, what was more important, Akshat, was scoring that reservation. 10% at the end of the day
100%.
is not something that we'll remember as savings. What we will remember is 26 Indians going to Le Dukan, which has a waiting for 4 months for a table of 4. But we went and we said, bhai, hum 25 log aa rahe hain, humko chahiye. And then they going to a level of customization for the Jain menus and for all our people. Certain people could not have lamb, certain people could not have pork.
And this is a tabled Michelin star menu, right?
And they were able to do everything. And on top of it, हमने बोला वो 10% discount में दे देना.
There's the same thing ना वो last वाले you have that patta of your.
Yeah, but that is always reserved for the end. कि भाई ये वो देख लेना discount.
And that applies a lot of places. So, to me, the joy of this is not the discount. You said the discount. The joy
It's a
of
shared belief amongst the.
dude, someone respects you for what you have spent, and that privilege is earned. And someone comes and says, "Boss, आपके लिए हो जाएगा." Right? अब आप ये मत सोचो कैसे होएगा. Most of the times in our lives, we are trying to solve a problem of how. I don't solve the problem of how. Most of the times, my question is what. सिर्फ क्या करना है बोलो.
So Akshat, you made a very interesting point, and I was just about to say that, right? काफी बार क्या होता है, people think that loyalty acknowledgement, 5,000 रुपए का भी credit card हुआ ना, there are certain things which are free. Right? For example, acknowledging status.
Yes.
When you go to Accor hotel and the guy says, okay, sir, thank you for being a platinum, it costs nothing to them. Right? And like, that's what matters, right? भले वो 5 हो या 10 लाख का card, it doesn't matter. Like, at least in my head.
Right? And even like on Marriott, the same answer, which is that if you go to a Marriott and they go ahead and see me, their first thing is, hello, Mr. Rathee, would you like to go ahead and check in at the lounge, at the club? Right? Come here. There's a lot of waiting here. It's there. I'll take you up. I'll go ahead and check you there. Or would you like to go straight to your room? And the reason for that is the Marriott system, by the way, is actually supremely well designed for back-end auto upgrades on everything. Before I'm coming, and it's one of the privileges which is there, we don't talk about it, I've often said it at Marriott, the My 24, which is there. My 24 is a privilege, you only get it at the ambassador status. The ambassador status gives you this. Gold. By the way, the Marriott between gold and ambassador, there is no value in the middle.
Correct.
Very little. 4 p.m. checkout.
Platinum and titanium.
बहुत कम है.
Good. It's a good to have. It's not a must have.
I was never acknowledged above gold. So, and the way the training is, gold is there. There's a little bit 4 p.m. late checkout which is there. But at ambassador, this is the 3 things. A, auto upgrades to the highest tier that they have. Second, you check in and check out at 24-hour notice.
That is brilliant.
So I have checked in at 4 a.m. and checked out at 4 a.m.
So they count you like a 24-hour stay.
It's literally called My 24.
Okay, fair.
It's like your check-in is, so it is not like मैं 3 p.m. check-in है. There is no 3 p.m. check-in. I check in when I want.
Correct.
Which is that. Again, saves time. You go to a hotel. I'm here for a business. I'm not here going to wait for 3 hours for me to check in. I want a shower. I want to go to a meeting. And I want to also leave this place very fast, right? Like, my job is to go finish this work and go to the way they designed this for you at that privilege level is very great. And now, Amex Centurion and Marriott Ambassador actually pair really well. So most hotels that go ahead and treat you very well at Ambassador also have Centurion partnerships. So they'll be going and saying...
Then it just propels your status further. It's compounding.
So when they go ahead and see, and it's when you put your credit card number in Marriott for the reservation, which is there, it says Centurion.
So it's a deep integration.
It's a deep integration. So when you go to the hotel, they're like, sir, dear Mr. Rathee, welcome as an ambassador thing. This is the one, but you've also used your Centurion as your block card, which is there. Centurion automatically has 3 other benefits that we are going to be giving you at our hotel chain. And so it'll be the St. Regis, the Ritz-Carlton, the super luxury ones that they have. But they'll be like, there's a complimentary, Centurion already has because we're part of Fine Hotels and Hospitality, which is there. And so we will go ahead and give you a car pickup, drop as a complimentary part, which is there. So all you have to do is you don't even have to pay on it, by the way. I put the charge on Centurion, but often enough, I'll settle on Marriott Bonvoy, on HDFC. Why? Because I'll go ahead and get those benefits which are there. So reservation is पे करो, settlement is पे करो.
दोनों काले ही कार्ड है. चलो, cool.
Cool. So with that, I think this has been a fantastic conversation, Akshat. First of all, thank you for hosting us here. Thanks for everything you did for the syndicate. And thanks for having this amazing conversation with us. This is going to be fire, literally, once we ship this out. आदरणीय धीमन जी, शुक्रिया आने के लिए. और वो जो ब्रांड हमने बीप किया ना, आप लोग जाओ, एपिसोड के स्टार्ट में मैंने एक ब्रांड लिया जो धीमन को जाना था, लेकिन मैं उसका हाथ पकड़ के खींच के लेके आया हूँ. गेस करो ब्रांड वो कमेंट्स के अंदर. आई थिंक इट विल बी फन. सो विद दैट, लेट्स रैप इट अप. दिस इज धीमन, दिस इज अक्षत, एंड दिस इज आदिल साइनिंग ऑफ on the Great Indian Points in My Show. Thank you.